the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted.
It can't go on. It can't go on. It has to stop. It has to stop. Yes, people. Welcome to LRFC. It's a preview show for the Chelsea game. I want to do the press conference of Arne Slot and talk through it as I usually do, so we can discuss further what's the game plan for this game, and what's if we've got injuries, if we're not, and all that stuff. But do me a favor, people, like do the usual. The good people that you are, hit the subscription button, notification button, like button, and all that good stuff. And check out the poll I put up as well. Are we sick of Trent's, issues that he's having with his contract and all that stuff? I'm sick of it, to be fair, guys. I just want to concentrate on Liverpool Football Club and take the next step, which is challenging for the league title and try to win it. Outside that, the contract short issues with the players, I'm just sick and tired of it, guys. I can't be asked anymore. If we keep focusing on things like that about contract and etc., it distracts our Premier League ambition, and that's what we don't want to do. So we just gotta avoid it somehow and just concentrate on the footballing side. If Trent's gonna sign the contract, he's gonna sign it. If it's not, it's not. It's not the end of the world. Liverpool will still continue. Players come and go. That's how it is. I'm not gonna be dwelling on it, any further. And we've still got a special players there. We've got a special club here, and it's not the end of the world, guys. With me, like I've always said, I'm a Liverpool fan. First of all, I don't really go outside that. Individual players or anything like that. The club comes first for me, and then things after that, it is what it is, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's just concentrate on the football club. Let's just concentrate on the league, and let the other stuff outside, obviously the Premier League and the Champions League and the League Cup and the FA Cup, let it solve itself, you know what I mean. And I'd rather win trophies, concentrate on trophies now. So let's go and do the press conference. Then we could discuss it as we go along. Please hit the likes. Please hit the subscription and all that good stuff. So let's do this, people. Let's do this. Don't leave me behind. I've just come back from work doing this for you. Let's go. Yes, it is the Premier League. It is the Premier League, just to let you guys know. So I've never watched this. I've been busy at work today. So it's about 16 minutes of it. So let's discuss as we go along, prolong the show somehow for an hour, maybe hour, a few minutes, and see what we can get out of it. And plus, let's do the starting lineup after this as well. That's what I want to do in my graphics that I have. So yeah, let's do this, people. Let's do this. Should start.
2 weeks since I last asked. Contracts, particularly given the links with Madrid and Trent at the moment as well. But what's happening as regards Trent's contract, Mo's contract, Virgil van Dijk's contract at the moment?
What is happening is that they were with the national teams. Trent scored a fantastic free kick, like you probably saw. So yeah, same question, same answer. There will always be talks about our players, and it's a good thing that you ask about it. That means that they do really well, because if they would have played badly, let's not say shit this time, then you probably wouldn't have asked. So it's a good thing that everybody wants their contract to be renewed, because that tells me, and I also see this, that they do really well. But I cannot tell you anything about that at this place.
What about then the injury situation at the moment? Obviously, it's the first time we've spoken to you since Alisson was ruled out until after the next international break. I take it that that's obviously a blow to you, although we expect Keller to come back this weekend. McAllister, did he come through okay? How's Chiesa as well?
Alisson is for sure not with us in the upcoming weeks. That's clear. So that's a blow for him and for us, because I think he did really well this season, and he did so well for this club for so many years. Now the good thing is, and I said this many times, that Queef did really well for us in previous.
It looks like everybody's got a cold in it, guys. Like everybody's just. It's that time of the year, you know, and all that. Well, like I said about the contract issues. Arne Slot doesn't want to discuss it, and he's right. Like, why do we always dwell on something that's beyond our control? You know, I mean, it's nothing to do with Arne Slot. It's to do with Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, and the FSG obviously ownership. So, let them deal with that. Let Arne Slot concentrate on obviously the football club, especially the team. That's what he's here for. He's a head coach. He's not a manager. So his full concentration will be, coaching the first team, and then see where we go from there. Alisson, everybody knows he's out to November, so we're gonna see how it goes without him. Kelleher, is more than adequate replacement for him. I like Kelleher. I'm glad he stayed, because these kind of things happen more often than we don't want to happen, if you know what I mean. And Kelleher being there will still give us that momentum of winning games at the same time as well. So yeah, Alisson will be out till November. We'll have to see what the hamstring is gonna, the injury is gonna, how he's gonna recover from that, and then we could see as time goes on. But please do me a favor, people, hit the subscription button, notification bell, like button, and please hit the comments as well. I'm here for you guys, as I always say. Let's debate, people. Big up, bless up, ends, man. Big up, brother. Channel's growing, I can see, bro. You always consistent. One of the best YouTubers out there, bro. Keep it going, brother. Please go subscribe to him as well. Big up, Sideline Football Show. Another great guy on content creating. What a guy. Please go subscribe to him. To me, he's one of the best as well. And you got Miss Hannah over here, who's a mod now. Big up, Hannah. Big up. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Appreciate that. So keep the comments coming in, guys. Let's watch this together. We could discuss it as we go along. We already talked about the contractual issues with Trent, and we talked about Alisson's injury problems that reoccur itself on a regular basis. It's really beyond belief. It's always a leg injury, muscle injury with Alisson. It's really frustrating, in my opinion. I think he does a lot of kicking in the games, which he has to get rid of, guys. I'm tired of it, to be fair. I don't want him to be a footballer. I want him to be the best goalkeeper in the world that we know of. And, then you could just, the rest can come together. But when he does a lot of kicking and the players pass the ball back to him, it worries me. Let me put it that way. It worries me. I've been complaining about this for years. It's not a new thing with me. And I see the way he picks up injuries, because he twists his legs, and it always causes some muscle stretch, which leads to a long-term injury after that as well. So, Alisson, just don't kick the ball anymore, bro. Just stick with your goalkeeping, because you're the best at it.
Previous years and this season also, so we have a good replacement, but you always want all your players available. Now we've got quite some issues from players coming back from the national teams. And we can only judge that perfectly today, because today is the first time that they are all in, and the first time that they are all training together again. So let's see after the session where everybody is. Maka missed one game, McAllister missed one game. You're right, played the second one. Costas missed out the first game against England. So I can name them all, but we've got a few issues going on, and let's wait and see where we are.
You see, people, this is why I always talk about international football. International football is frustrating. It's just too many, and they come too soon. It's like 2 weeks into the season, and already there's international football. And there's after that, we come back again 2 weeks later, there's international football again. It's beyond frustrating, in my opinion. It has to stop. What I mean? As a football fan, as players, as coaches, as a football club, everything has to, come together and stop this nonsense from happening, because it's just too much. The players are human beings; they're not robotic. You know what I mean? As as a former footballer, I've always been told when you play too much and you run too much, it causes injuries, and that's what's happening to these poor players. That's why the likes of Rodri and Alisson come out and said what they said. There's too much football being played, and if they don't play for that international football team, and they opt out, they won't, see a World Cup or a Euro or something like that in the future, or a South American Cup. So someone else is going to take their place, and they'll be, in the cold, and that's why they don't want to really get out of this. They can have a go about, have a go at FIFA about it and all that stuff, but they can't really leave the international football. So yeah, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess, man, and it stops our momentum. Like if you look at the the last international football we played, we came back against Nottingham Forest, and what happened? We lost. You know what I mean? Because the players weren't up for it. It was 2 days later, I think they came. We played that game, and then you could see in the game we wasn't the Liverpool that we know. We were struggling throughout the game, and we couldn't open Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest travelled actually to Liverpool and still, got a result at Anfield. And it's not right, man. It's not right. That could have been 7 games in a row win if that international football wasn't there in the first place, guys. And it's frustrating. It's beyond frustrating in my opinion. And this is what we need to get rid of. I love football. Football is my life. You know what I mean? I watched football all around the world growing up. But when is it enough? That is the question people need to ask. You know what I mean? And are these players gonna be, like if you play this much football, injuries become a norm. It'll just continue throughout your career. And this is what worries me when I'm seeing this. You know what I mean? I love football, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you got to say enough is enough, if you know what I mean. Players need breaks, you know what I mean? They're only humans at the end of the day. And if they don't get enough breaks, it will shorten their career. Let's just put it that way. Let me see what Hannah is saying. Hannah saying, Kelleher, a brilliant second choice goalkeeper. I feel like confident with him there. 100% Hannah. He's the second best goalkeeper in the world, let's just be honest. And he makes a lot of saves, you know what I mean? I think our wins with him in the team is more than Alisson. Someone said something along those lines with when Kelleher is in goal. So I need to check that. So we have to, but he's brilliant, 100%. Saga Football Show, I hope we keep Kelleher for as long as we can. We've got Mamadashvili, mate. He's going to come in 2026. I just hope Kelleher stays another season, and then you could go and play somewhere else, bro. Play somewhere else. Big up, John Conway, as always, brother. Thanks for the support, all of you guys. To be fair, let's get back and keep the comments coming.
After today,
Was Endo as well as actually one.
Endo as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Also sick. Yeah, he was sick.
You've said a few times this season that the fixture list up to this point has been kind to you. So how do you view the next week with Chelsea to come, then Leipzig, then Arsenal, and what could maybe this week tell you about the ability of your squad to challenge for the biggest honours this season?
If you judge your team only on a week, that would not be fair. So I think we have to judge us as a team after this spell of games.
Yeah.
Not 3 of them, but 6, 7, or 8 of them. Then we know better how we act and how we perform if we play tough Champions League games and tough league games. That is normal in everybody's season, and we know how difficult it is. We've seen that ourselves 2 years ago when we played Champions League. We've seen this last season with Manchester United, and the only ones who showed that they can perform Champions League and in the league are City and Arsenal in the last 2 seasons. So now it's up to us, but I don't think it's fair to judge us after a week, even though.
Listen, in normal circumstances, guys, boys and girls, of course. you can say we had easy fixtures along the way, but like I got to be real with you. You know, these kind of fixtures are the tricky fixtures in normal seasons. The fixtures we just come through, the 7 games we've come through. Normally, those are the fixtures that actually we have bad results in previous seasons, and coming through them the way we did, I think is pretty impressive. We've never had a problem with the big games. It was the smaller games that actually used to cause us problems. Even last season, if you look at the Crystal Palace game at home, that's the time we lost the league. You know what I mean? That game when they beat us at Anfield. That's what I'm saying, guys. And we beat all these teams along the way already. Now, obviously, we've got a difficult fixtures, which is Chelsea at home, Arsenal away. You know, as the fixtures come on, it's going to be harder and harder. But if we take it a game at a time and then we see where we can go, it's listen, it'll become easier. I'd rather have it this way because, you know, if we beat Chelsea, that's, you know, 3 points on top of what we already got on them. If we beat Arsenal, we stretch as well. So take it game at a time. Be more professional. I've even asked a lot of, you know, panel, you know, when we do the panel shows, a lot of the guys on there, I've asked them a simple question. If you look at the Arsenal team and Liverpool team, how many of the Arsenal players can get into the Liverpool team? And maybe 1 or 2 of Arsenal players can get into the Liverpool team. That's what they said. All of them. Everybody said the same thing. Different panel, different day, and they all said the same thing. So it shows we've got the squad that's capable of actually, you know, mounting a challenge this season, but it's keeping them fit is the issue we're going to have because we haven't got the strength and depth, which leads to problems, you know, during the latter stages of the season. But if we learn, you know, and, you know, do what Man City do. What Man City do from time to time is, you know, they play the smaller players in the beginning of the season, second half, the middle half of the season. Sorry, the middle part of the season, they get their, you know, big players gradually. They, you know, use them on the bench. They get off the bench. They start some games, and then, you know, the final 10 games of the season, what Man City do is play their best players, and this is how they win titles every season. If you look back in, you know, history, this is what we could do somehow. I know, like I said, we haven't got the strength in depth, but we've got players smart in a way of, you know, we've got Jones on the bench. We've got Elliott coming back. We've got Endo, as someone alluded to. And, you know, you got all these players, you know, Gakpo, use them in a way that can, you know, make the rest of the squad fitter as the time goes on, guys. This is what I'm saying. And then when the transfer window reopens in January, we get the right players in to help these players, you know, to get us to the next level. So we have that strength eventually. Yeah, this is what we've got to do. This is what we've got to do. Like, I think, you know, using the squad wisely can help us. I'm telling you guys. SST says, I was watching the Zubimendi video and I was thinking Endo is a good 6 as well, to be fair. Listen, last season, you saw that Man City game. That Man City game, he was phenomenal. They had to take off De Bruyne in order for them, you know, to get that team going again. And that's how good Endo was in that game. The thing that let Endo down and Salah down is going to the African nations and going to the Asian Cup. If they stayed with the team, maybe we could have been better as, you know, the season went on and the latter stages. But that let them down because they came back different players. They came back tired. They came back, you know, with injuries as well. And it really destroyed their momentum to take us to the next level last season. Sometimes things like that hurt Liverpool. If you look at it back in history, every single time Salah goes to African nations, we don't really do well at the end of the season. So we need to figure a way, you know, out of that kind of situations in the future. If Salah is staying, obviously, and Endo. So, but let's get back.
So if we do really well, wouldn't be fair. But if the best way to judge us is in 4 weeks.
Chelsea, the only other team apart from yourselves with a 100% win record on the road. Is this your biggest challenge so far in the league?
If you look at the league table, it is. I think Manchester United is a very good team, a top club in England that has spent a lot of money to even make the team better.
100%.
Again. Same for Chelsea in this season. Chelsea does really well. So if you look at the league table, then they are the ones that might be our toughest opponent. But it's not always about the league table. Sometimes it's about the form of the day. It's about their game plan. So we had some difficulties with Wolves as well, who are bottom of the league, I think. So, but it is a challenge, that's for sure.
You faced the lowest shots in the league this season.
Are Chelsea tough? Well, they're fourth in the league, and they spent over $1 billion on players. Of course, they have to be tough. You don't spend that much money to be, a second-rate team. And the likes of Caicedo have come into form now. They are looking frightening in that midfield. And you got Jackson scoring goals all of a sudden now. They got Cole Palmer, as they call him, scoring a lot of goals. They got Neto on the left sometimes. It's their team. It's beyond belief what you see. If you look at that team, that strength and depth at Chelsea, they should be doing what Arsenal are doing, or Liverpool is doing, or Man City is doing. They should be challenging for titles, but they just don't have the right, coaching staff there to get that out of them. And if the team wasn't all about money, and players were humble, and wanted to win titles, they'll be in a better position. But I just think at the moment with Chelsea, the coaching and the players, it's all about, financial reasons. They are that club, if you know what I mean. But it's going to be a tough game, guys. It's not going to be as easy as last season. I think we beat them by 4-1, as I remember. I think Bradley scored a goal, as I remember as well. But listen, 6 games, 6 wins, 1 loss, with the 7th one. So it's not a bad start to the season. We don't really normally do this, even with the greatest managers we had in the past. So, so far so good. Get him out of time, and we just get on with it. That's all we can do. Keep it tight at the back, keep it tight in midfield, and score up front. That's all we have to do, guys. That's all we have to do.
Clear that you're not giving teams any opportunities, particularly with Cole Palmer, Noni Madueke being in such good form. How important will it be to keep up that good defensive form against Chelsea?
No, very important. If you want to achieve something in the season, you need to be defensively really stable, and we've been that till now. Again, fixture list we have to take into account.
You know what? If you remember Liverpool under Klopp, when we was challenging for titles and wanted to win titles, we used to talk about the clean sheets that we don't really do a lot about in the past seasons. I think we forgot how to defend. We forgot, loving to keeping clean sheets. We forgot that stuff. Now we've suddenly got it back. And as I alluded to many times in my previous videos, I did tell you guys, under the radar, Van Dijk has been phenomenal this season, not only as a player, as a captain and as a leader. And I don't really give Van Dijk credit as a leader, because when I see him as a captain, he's not a Henderson type. He shouts at certain players. In past seasons, he allows some of them. Now, from what I've seen of him, he takes leadership on the pitch. He wins the battles that he has to win. And not only that, I see him shout at Salah. I see him shout at every other player on the pitch, like McAllister, or it has to be Soboslai. This is why a leader on the pitch can raise players' games. Do you remember Atalanta away when Henderson, behind closed doors, as it was because of the pandemic, what Henderson was doing, he was managing the team on the pitch. You could hear him throughout the game, and this is what Van Dijk is doing at the moment, and I'm enjoying it. I'm telling you guys, I never give credit to him, but I like what I see now as a captain. I think he's finally realized what a captain is supposed to be. Is not just to make up numbers and have high-fiving players and playing jokes every single time. It's not all about that. You got to do more than that as a captain. It's on and off the pitch what you do that matters. If players need help off the pitch, you give them that help. If the player needs help on the pitch, you give them that help. That's what he's been doing lately, and I'm loving what I'm seeing, to be fair, guys. So Chelsea play 4 at the back. They play 2 pivot midfielders like Fernandes and Caicedo. And then obviously they play Cole Palmer behind the striker, Sancho on the left, and Miduku. I don't know how to say his name. I apologize. He plays at the right side. I think it's the England boy with the dreads. He plays on obviously the right side of Chelsea with the left foot, and then you got Jackson up front. Sometimes Cole Palmer plays on the right, and it depends on the game. It depends on the game, to be fair, guys. With Chelsea, Noni, that's his name. I think that's his name, Noni. It depends on the game with Chelsea. Like they could, rotate. They've got so many players on the bench. You know what I mean? They could do whatever they want. You know what I mean? So they've got Modric there. They've got João Felix there and Kunku. So if you look at that strength and depth, that's something we could do with as well. If you know what I mean, the attacking side for Liverpool is fine. It's after that is the issue in it with Liverpool. But like I said, guys, Chelsea, they play similar to Liverpool. But they will be troublesome, to be fair, guys. They will be troublesome. Like you got to win the battles in midfield in order for you to win that game as well. So we have to win every battle in that midfield in order for us to, get the goals, to create chances and be frightening. I've always thought that in games, in order to get the respect of the opponent, you got to put it on them. Do you know what I mean? Then they'll be afraid to attack you. They'll be afraid to get out of there. Try to give us more problems in the other side of the pitch. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, but I think Chelsea's going to give us problems, in my opinion. But let me get to the comments. Please get the comments through. Please get the likes through as well. And I appreciate everybody that's on, as always. Thank you, honestly. Thank you. Southern Football Show says, yeah, no kidding. The need to just schedule a month for it and we be done with it. Yeah, 100%. Just do something just to get rid of this international football throughout the season. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm really tired of it. It's hard enough watching it, man. Big up, my brother, Uncle Ross. Big up, brother. Big up. I know I said I'm gonna do a panel show. I'm a bit tired, bro. So I thought I'll do this, then we could do the panel show after the game or something like that. For me, Zubimendi had his chance. Move on, Derek. I think honestly, I put myself in a situation, brother, with Zubimendi. Look what Gerrard has done. He's the equivalent of Gerrard at Real Sociedad. So Gerrard staying was the best thing for us because we want our hero to stay, and he's a local lad and all that stuff. So basically, with Real Sociedad, they feel the same about Zubimendi, if you know what I mean. And that's why he stayed, because he loves the club. He doesn't care about winning. Come on, if you're staying at Real Sociedad, do you really care about winning? No. So this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. So give him credit for that. I've even come around and said, maybe we've got to change our mind here slightly. If he's available in Jan, let's go and get him and get him through the door. That's what I say, guys. You know what I mean? So please understand that. Big up, Liam. Big up, brother. Big up everyone in the chat. Nodi, that's it. I don't know his name, bro. I'm not good with names. You know me. I'm terrible with names. Big up, everyone. Super chat. Thank you. I genuinely believe Ryan Gravenberch will keep Palmer quiet. I'm just confident about it, and I don't know why, even though he's the threat. Yeah, I think so too. I think like in that midfield, if he's going to play behind the striker, Gravenberch will. You know what I like about Gravenberch and McAllister, Mo? Is they complement each other. 1 minute you think Gravenberch is a DM, next minute is McAllister. So it depends on the game. They swap, if you know what I mean. So if it's a game of full of attack, McAllister stays back. If it's a end-to-end kind of game, Gravenberch stays as a DM and McAllister pushes forward so you could create chances. I love it, man. They complement each other out of this world, in my opinion, and I hope they keep it going as well. Keep it up for the 2K sub. I'm looking forward to it, man. Come on, give me a chance. Everyone sub to the channel. Big up, Liam, brother. Big up. But keep the comments coming in, guys. And I mean, I'm doing this for you guys. I want to debate with our own fans. You know, I mean, we could agree, disagree. We could be in the middle. Whatever you want. I'm here for you guys at the end of the day.
As well. And now we face even better players, because I agree with you that Chelsea, like Man United, has a lot of great individuals, which we have to try to manage, to control. And that's not what one player does. That's what we have to do as a team. But we must not forget to create our own chances as well, because if you want to win, you need to score as well. And fortunately, and good thing for us is that we have players that can score goals.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to a very interesting game on Sunday.
You made your side slightly smaller in the summer, whereas Chelsea have kind of gone the other way, spent a lot of money on creating a pretty huge squad. What have you made of their approach?
It's not up to me to say something about an approach. The only thing I saw and see is that they were already really successful in the second half of last season. And I think that's always a good... If a team does really well in the second half of the season, it's a good forecast. Is that the right word to use? To what you can expect from them the next season. And they even got some new players in, some very good players in. So for me, it's not and a very good manager they brought in. So then for me, it's not a surprise that they just keep continuing the results that they had the second half of the season. And it's a young team. That's the first thing that that I see. A lot of them have long-term contracts, but I think they are in a good place at the moment. If I look at the quality they have, if I look at the way they play, so they got a lot of criticism in recent years. But if you look at them where they are now, I think they are already a big threat for the top 3, top 4 positions, and they will be this in the upcoming years if they can continue bringing good players in and keeping this squad in place.
100%.
Conor Bradley captains Northern Ireland over the international break at the age of just 21. Very able to captain your national side. What's the future got in store for him at Liverpool?
I think it's going to be a bright future for him because he's a very good player, and very good players is what we need here.
Listen, Conor Bradley, captain in Ireland, this is a beautiful thing, guys. It's a beautiful thing. Let's just put it that way. And as I don't beat around the bush. I told you guys I've been watching Liverpool all my life, and I told you guys in the previous stream with Uncle Rods, Mo, and Anton. I tell you what Jurgen Klopp has set up. He set up captains into this, wonderful football club. All the players that we got in some way or another are all captains, either of the national team, previous teams, or things like that. And what's the best way to change things during games? You could relay it to players that understand what you're saying to them. What are captains good at? Understanding what you say to them. And this is what I keep telling people. That's what Jurgen Klopp. That's why Jurgen Klopp was successful, because even at Dortmund or Mainz, that's what he used to buy, players that can understand what you're telling them. And then when they go on the pitch, they play like a leader. That's what we got at this football club. He left us with a team full of captains. And he's been doing that since the beginning. Wijnaldum's, Mane's, Salah's, all these players, Fabinho's, they're all leaders. They're all leaders, man. People don't give him credit for that. Leaders can take instructions easier. I'm telling you guys, if you watch football, that's how it is. Big up, Solo. Please go subscribe to Solo, man. Big up, brother. Hello, everyone. I enjoyed the show today, Rods. Big up, man. Big up, guys, man. Please go support Uncle Rods and Solo, Salah, and Football Show Ends, man. All these people are phenomenal at what they do, man. There's nothing better than that, in my opinion. To be fair.
For Liverpool, and he's done last season especially really well when he had to replace Trent, and now Trent has played a lot, but he's a very good player, and although he has big competition from Trent, normally very good players find their way into the team, and that's what I also expect with him in the future.
He's 100% correct in that, because if you think about it, you guys, as the season goes on, you're expecting a few injuries, isn't it? You're expecting players to get injured, right? So maybe sometimes we could play Trent as a midfielder. You never know. It could happen, people. So be prepared for things like that. And then Bradley comes in as a right back, and then, things don't change much, if you know what I mean. So it's good. It's good, man.
Sure, at this club.
Thank you. Arno, we've seen Virgil produce some of his best football on the pitch. Just wondered, across your first few months, if you can give us an idea of just how crucial as captain he has been as you've kind of settled in your early few months here.
Sick.
He has been crucial for us, like many others, but Virgil definitely as well. From what you guys see on the pitch, so there we see all the same, how good he is still is in defense, how much he attributes to our offensive side of our play. But what you guys don't see and what I do see is how important he also is on the training ground. So he's.
You see, people, I don't watch these things, and he's saying exactly what I was saying. Is what he does on the pitch and off the pitch. I did say that. Go and check the video in the beginning. I haven't watched this at all. I was at work for my 12-hour shift. I've just come back setting up this show. He's saying the same thing I just said about Virgil. People are not watching Virgil this season, guys. I'm telling you, this guy is doing some crazy stuff on the pitch at age of 33. You need to check it out, man. You need to check it out. I've always said it as well. The only time Liverpool challenge for titles, the only time Liverpool challenge for Champions League, the only time Liverpool challenge for trophies is when Virgil is in tip-top condition. And he's always, being the best player on that pitch. Check back in history. It's happening again this season.
Always the one that's most loud during the sessions. He always brings a lot of energy into our sessions and quality as well. So, what you see during the weekends is also what I see during the weeks. And that's what you are hoping for if you have a captain that is not only showing his performances in the weekends, but also during the week. He's definitely
sleeping, mate.
And he came back a little bit early this time after being ruled out of that second game for the Netherlands. Were you surprised to see him come in for a bit of criticism for that decision, especially with so much talk about workload and scheduling? I think he referenced that the rest was important to him.
Yeah. If you are not coming from Holland, it might be a surprise. If you're coming from Holland, then you know that it's all about criticism. The Dutch media is all about. So,
no joke.
Now I exaggerated a bit, but if there's a chance to criticize someone, a Dutch person, maybe not media, but Dutch people in general, will find a way of criticizing you.
One thing I don't understand about the criticism on Virgil by these ex-players like Hullet and all these guys is Virgil the only player that plays for Holland? I'm a bit confused here, guys. He's always getting criticism from these pundits and ex-players for Holland, but I don't see other players getting criticism. It's always Virgil. Okay, he's the captain, but he's not the only player that plays for that team. If everybody is not in, at the same level as Virgil, it's not his fault. I mean, the players that he plays with might be not good enough. That's why they are appalling at times. De Ligt, what's happened to that kid? It's not the same guy anymore. We thought he was going to be the next leader for Holland. He doesn't play like a leader now. He looks like a player that's lost his way in life. And there's no way back for him. Now he's got to Old Trafford. That's even worse for him. And he's developing again. You know what I mean? So, listen, I don't understand why Virgil is the scapegoat for every single time Holland play badly. He hasn't even played. He got sent off. What do you need him to do? He's going to go home, of course. He can't play the next game. Come on, man. Come on.
I don't think he deserved this because he played some very good games for the Dutch national team in his last few games as well. But so that is not a surprise for me. Is it a surprise that he gets criticism? Yes, it is. Maybe not by Dutch media, but in general, I would say that's a surprise because if you are in this schedule, in this fixture list,
exactly,
it's completely normal.
It's not fair
that you have a few days off. Some other players in Holland, which you don't know, didn't come because they were tired. So
there you go.
Yeah, how on earth you can criticize a player that has played every game for us and played the Euros? That comes, but yeah, it's Dutch media.
Just to go back on Trent again, he's had another good international break. Came back with the Man of the Match award. We all know he's talented, but what does it say about him that he can play so well in a position he's never played before at Leicester?
Why he played so well?
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot give you that answer because I haven't seen the game. I did saw his free kick. But I think a bit similar to what I just said about Connor, good players will always find their way into the team. And they will always find a way of playing well, especially if they have good teammates and play in a good team. And that's what Trent has. The national team of England has a lot of very good players. And Trent is one of them. And if you then play the likes of Finland and Greece.
You know, a lot of people ask about Trent, like, is he a legend if he leaves Liverpool, like, if he goes to Real Madrid? Of course he's a legend. He's won the Champions League, the Premier League, some of the best players that we ever had. Like, Gerrard never won all that stuff. So I don't know where this, stuff about Trent, if he leaves not being a legend's come from, to be fair. I really don't know. And I see some big YouTubers saying he's not going to be a legend if he leaves Liverpool now. Listen, if the club don't share the same ambitions as him, telling him to wait for another 3 years. He's 26 now. You know what I mean? He's going to be 29. So how can he wait that long, like, to have another success run? It doesn't make any sense. This is the time you're supposed to be winning trophies on a consistent basis, and he's not even going through that. So if he leaves the football club and you're saying he's not a legend, then you really don't know your football, to be fair, guys. The club has to share ambitions with players like this, because they don't come that often. You know what I mean? And if he's asking questions like, I'll sign a contract like 300k a week, but are we challenging this season and the next few seasons? And they say no to him, and he decides to leave. What's the problem? If they say to him, oh, okay, well, it's going to take us 3 years to get to, the place that we want to get to, which is, trying to win the league title. 3 years, he'll be 29. He hasn't got long left in football. One injury away from a disaster. There's no point. You know what I mean? So when you're 26 and you want to build a legacy in football, that's what your aim is as a footballer. Build a legacy in football. And, they're not sharing the same thing as you, then there's a problem there. You know what I mean? We know our ownership people. We know what they do. Why are we at this stage right now with players not signing contracts that gave their life to Liverpool Football Club, guys? Think about what I'm saying. They gave their life. They gave their best time of football to Liverpool Football Club, and we're not even rewarding them with a contract. Why? Why? This is why players are not loyal anymore in football. Because they know when they get to a latter stage, they're not going to get that contract that they're going to ask for. So if you're doing this to Virgil, if you're doing this to Salah right now, imagine when Trent is around their age in the future and he's asking for a new contract. Are they going to treat him the same as Virgil? Of course they are, if these owners are still here. So they think ahead. These players think ahead. It's not always about loyalty to a football club. It's what's around the football club that's the problem, in my opinion. We're loyal fans. We're Liverpool Football Club. We're there through thick and thin. But these owners aren't. But yet, you want us to support them for some reason when they're not giving the respect to these players that they deserve. Virgil could have went to Real Madrid. Salah could have went to Real Madrid. But they're still here at their age. They're still doing the business. But where's the respect? How can we go to the final stages of their contract right now when we should have signed their contract a year ago, maybe 2 years ago? It's a mess, man. It's an absolute mess. And I don't know what kind of football fans say if Trent leaves, he's not a legend at Liverpool Football Club. Come on, man. He's standing up for the football club. He wants the football club to win trophies. He's 26 years old, guys. He's no longer that kid that came through the youth system and did all that madness. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Let's be realistic here, man. Be realistic with yourself. I mean, like, forget the emotional side of football. Forget about this, I love Liverpool and all that stuff. Put yourself in those players' shoes. You're at age of 33, Virgil, begging for a contract when you give the best years of your life to Liverpool Football Club and still doing it. You're begging for a contract right now. And then Trent, who's 26, is watching this, and then he's going to say, well, I'm 33, they might treat me the same. Come on, guys. I don't need to explain that to you. You're a football fan. You should know more than this. You're listening to the wrong people if you're not listening to what I'm saying to you right now. Virgil Trent will sign, but I'm afraid the club will let Salah go. They won't pay Salah the same wages. They will transfer Salah wages to Trent. If it was me, I would keep Salah. Listen, I'm not a Salah hater or anything like that. I said it how it is. If we keep him, we keep him. If we don't, it's not the end of the world for me. I'm still going to move on and try, get another Salah through the door. Just like when Gerrard left, everybody said, what are we going to do when Gerrard leaves? Okay, Champions League later, Premier League later, World Cup later, Super Cup later, FA Cups, League Cups later. We've won everything without Gerrard. So it's not the end of the world, people. Sometimes you got to get those humble players in the team to go forward again. Because when you get those humble players, they will walk through a wall for you. They will smash through a wall. They will break a wall for anything you want. They will do for you because they want to win. Sometimes players, as they age, forget how to win. They just want to chase records and no trophies. That's what's happening to Salah at the moment. He's forgot how to win trophies. You know what I mean? He wants to win golden boots. I'm not here for golden boots. I don't pay my hard-earned money to go and watch Liverpool to watch golden boots. I don't want to be Harry Kane. Harry Kane's still winning golden boots. No trophies at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich that win the league every season. Harry Kane's still winning golden boots over there. And they forgot how to win now. Come on, guys. But we need to think about it. Time changes. Players change. Football clubs have to evolve. Man, I looked at Man City and Liverpool since 2019. Man City have changed everybody. Everybody in their team. We still got the same players. Guys. It's madness. It's absolute madness. Big up, Solo. Big up. Big up, Solo. Yeah, you're right, Fozzy. FSG equal no football ambition. I don't want to keep talking about it, but I'm just trying to give you guys a way of thinking what these owners do to this football club. The lack of ambition drives players away. It's just simple mathematics here. I don't need to tell you that. Sometimes we get involved so much emotionally, we forget about that. Oh, man. Please, man.
With all due respect, then normally these quality players will play good games. Although they did lose against Greece, but if Trent plays against Finland with the teammates he has, you can play him, I think, in every position, and he will play a good game.
I think he's seen as a solution to.
I know people don't want to hear what I say, guys. I know. Listen, I watch YouTube. I see what people want to be looking at. They want to play people to tell you lies, have a comedy show, and things like that. Good luck to them. Listen, I've got no issues with that. That's their way of football. But me, I'm all about Liverpool Football Club. I'm going next weekend to go and see a legend. I'm going to Anfield to go and have a do with these people, party with them, and then the week after, I'm going to watch Brighton. That's me. That's my Liverpool. I mean, I'm going up and down the road from London to Liverpool. Do you know how hard that is for me? And I'm doing 12-hour shifts. I'm still doing that. That's me, guys. If you want comedy shows, lies, and just to get likes, I'm not that person. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not that person. That's all I got to say about that.
A lot of problems sometimes with just his abilities. He's obviously taken on more responsibility. I mean, how's he been for you with taking on responsibility in the team for you?
He's been very good for us till now. He was and is still important in our attacking part of our game. And I also like the way he's defended till now in the games he played for us. So I think he made a step up in that perspective. So he's, but like for all the others, there's still room for improvement. That's clear. But he's done very well for us this season. And I think he's done really well for the national team as well, because if I'm correct, from the 4 games he played, he was 3 times man of the match. It's quite a good score. Let's hope that he's going to be man of the match for us once in a while now as well. Although I think Ibu wants to be it, but...
Hi, Arne. I'm curious as to how you spend your time over this international break, because we've spoken quite a few times about the intense periods.
I'm assuming you spoke about Gravenberch. Listen, Gravenberch is phenomenal, man. I've always backed that kid. You know what I mean? I'm not these type of fans that say, "Oh, we wasted money," all that stuff. This kid is always going to be a good player. You know what I mean? He was up there with the best of youngsters coming through, and a lot of coaches have spoken about him. When he was at Ajax. So he just needed that belief. He just needed that role in the team. You know what I mean? That suits his game. Him and McAllister complementing each other. It's just out of this world at the moment. And if Zuba Mendy comes in, well, guys, we're laughing. We're laughing at everybody in the Premier League. I'm telling you right now. You know, sometimes the issue Liverpool Football Club has is the final, the final player in that team doesn't always arrive. If we signed Caicedo last summer, not of the summer before last summer, we could have won the Premier League. Let's just be realistic here. Like that midfield from Brighton, McAllister and Caicedo would have been frightening. Them two, the way they dominated that midfield with Caicedo and McAllister against Manchester United, against Arsenal, against the Chelsea, Liverpool's, it was just something different with them two. And to bring that to Liverpool Football Club, this is why every team was afraid. As soon as Liverpool bid for Caicedo, everybody said it's over. They've won the league, and we didn't do that. And this is what we need to like sort out. Zubimendi is a better player than Caicedo, in my opinion. He just needs to sign that contract in Jan, man, and get him through the door. We've done it before with Virgil, people. Let's do it again.
To come, but also we are 10 games into your tenure, and other team analysts and coaches have now got plenty of data to understand the tactics and tendencies of Arne Slot's Liverpool and try to find ways to counteract them. So with that in mind and the period to come, I'm interested, did you want to give yourself a bit of a mental break, a bit of a reset, or have you been hunkered down trying to counteract all the counteractions?
I think a bit of both, but it starts off with the first thing you said, take a mental break. That's why I think it's so normal that Virgil didn't stay with the team, but came back. Because at certain moments, managers, but also players need these mental breaks. It's not that it's too hard for us physically, but especially not for me because I'm not playing, but mentally it is sometimes.
You know, like what people don't understand them. You know, Arne Slot used to play football, people. I don't know if you know that. He was a number 10, a technical player that creates chances, scores, you know, and all that stuff. So Szoboszlai, he could mold him into the player that he wants. That's why you see him sometimes when he's speaking to Szoboszlai on the sideline when the game is going on. He calls him over. He tells him, I want you to do this. I want you to run there. I want you to make that pass, you know, and I want you to shoot there. So Szoboszlai will improve as time goes on, from what I can see, because I see him coaching him while the game is going on. And if you don't know Arne Slot, he was a technical midfielder back in the day, a number 10 that could, you know, create goals and, you know, score goals as well. Solo says, I think the Scousers will look at him different if he leaves, but the man has ambition. That's what I say, Solo. I can't fault him, bro. I can't fault him. He's 26 years old. He wants to leave a legacy behind that he could be remembered. Like we talk about Cafu, that we talk about Alvarez, that we talk about Sir Alvarez, that like we talk about Ronaldo's, Romario's, you know, all these Baggios, the greatest players. You know, he wants to be remembered as like this. And if he stays with us and the club is telling him he can't, we're not going to challenge for the next 3 seasons. You know what I mean? What's the point? What is the actual point? Liverpool Football Club should never wait for anything like that. We should be challenging every season. That's the club we are. And if people don't share the same ambition as us, as a football club and a fan base, you might as well just call it a day. You just yeah, we don't need these people around our club. We don't. Honestly, we don't. And if Trent leaves, that's first of many, mate. There's going to be a lot of players that's going to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. You know what I mean? Shockingly, they allow this to happen. Really, yeah, it's badly, honestly, man. But Fozzy, chasing record is good if it wins you games. Agree or not? Yeah, listen, it is. But I've seen some games, like I could give you a game a few seasons ago when we was chasing the quad, Tottenham at home. All he had to do is pass it to Diaz to slow it in, and we could win the game. And he chose to shoot, and then we drew that game, and that lost us the league title. This is what I'm saying. Greed is not good sometimes. Unselfishness helps you win titles. You look at Man United back in the day, York and Cole. What made them win all those trophies? Their unselfishness towards each other. The season we won the league, why we was that good? Because everybody on the pitch was unselfish and setting up goals for each other. At the beginning of the season, why did we win that many games? Because we was unselfish and passing to each other. After that Nottingham Forest game, he wasn't the same player anymore. He came back to, you know, when that Nottingham Forest game happened, he came back from international football and did what he normally does, which is shoot from every angle when he could pass it across the box and someone can tap it in. That's what I'm saying to you guys. I don't like this hot and cold. Be unselfish at the right times. Be selfish at the right times as well. So this is what I'm saying. If you can create for someone at the far post and he could tap it in, please do that for us. Because we need to win this game. We need to win these games, guys. We can't lose these games. We can't, lose points. This Premier League is not the same as the previous Premier Leagues where you could win, Premier League titles by 80 points. Those days are gone. Those days are gone, man. You have to get around 90 and beyond to win a league title against these juggernauts like Man City. Come on, guys. Come on. Solo says if they all leave, the club comes first. Yeah, listen, we're always going to support Liverpool Football Club. I'm not that type of fan that says, "Oh, I'm all player FC" and all that stuff. If the players leave and Liverpool goes down from here to there, then we need to ask questions about the people that's in charge. You know what I mean? No LFC podcast channel, LFC channel, local paper, not discuss AXA involvement in the genocide against men, women, and children in the Middle East. You're spot on. You're spot on. Nobody talks about that. But when people get money in, nobody cares. Nobody cares, man. Humanity doesn't really matter that much, to be fair. Let's just put it honest. But I'll read the comments as we go on. But yeah, let's just finish this, obviously, press conference.
Asks a lot from you. But I think I came back on Tuesday, back to Liverpool. Yeah, then you start thinking about Chelsea, thinking about Leipzig, thinking about what we have to improve, what other teams can try to come up with. So it's a bit of both. But if I'm back home, I'm quite good in then not thinking about football. Although it's never completely out of your head, but more than it is when I'm here.
Well, just on Alisson, he's obviously out for muscle injury. He has one last season as well, which is a little bit unexpected for a goalkeeper, maybe. Is that something that comes down to bad luck, or is the medical department looking into that?
He needs to stop eating bloody
It's a
barbecue
bit
stuff.
uncommon for goalkeepers. For me, it's common because the goalkeeper I had at Feyenoord also had his issues with injuries and also muscle injuries. But that is
a lot of
that's not
barbecues. I
what you
listen.
see a lot.
A lot of
So
barbecues,
these two are more an exception. So yeah, we are looking into it. What could be the reason? One of the things we all know is if you had one, then the chances of getting another one always go up. So we've tried to be really careful with him. But maybe it's a good moment also for me to explain one more time, because I think there was a bit of rumor about me saying before the game that I don't mind the 12:30 kickoff. And that is still what I think. So 12:30 kickoff is not a problem because we train at the same time. But what might be, and that's what I said after the game, what might be something to think about for the English FA, if you play on Wednesday evening a Champions League game, then to play on Saturday 12:30 might be a disadvantage when it comes to injuries. So the time to play 12:30 is for me no problem at all. But if you play so shortly after playing on a Wednesday evening, fortunately it was a home game, not an away game. That might.
Do people actually know this is the only country that doesn't look after their big teams? If you look at Spain, Italy, I think Holland, what they do is when they play Champions League, I think it's like 4 days rest, something along those lines. They don't really give them, 2 days after there's a game or something like that. They look after them. And this is hence why a lot of Spanish teams and German teams and, Italian teams get to Champions League finals and all that stuff, because they give them the opportunity to rest and and play the games. With Liverpool, with Man United, with Arsenal, whoever's in the Champions League, we play every 2 days. You know what I mean? And it's impossible for these players. You know what I mean? If the country can, especially the English FA, the Premier League, etc., can look after the teams in this country, maybe all the teams will be ready to win Champions League trophies on a regular basis, if you know what I mean, guys. And this is the disadvantage this country has got. Spain, they look after their big teams, whatever teams in the Champions League, to be fair. That's how I see it. And so does Germany, so does Italy, so does any other league. It's just the Premier League, they fixes us so congested, it just affects everything, you know what I mean? And hence why in the best moments in Premier League's best moment, they're not winning a lot of Champions League trophies, if you know what I mean. So we should be on a lot this league. We should be on a lot. Man City should be on a lot. Liverpool should be on a lot. Man United should be on a lot. Arsenal should be on a lot. Not Arsenal, sorry. But my bad. Rewind. I mean, Chelsea, teams like that, that's won the trophies that I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just those teams in their country, they get taken care of. We don't take care of our teams. Come on, man. We play on a Wednesday, we play on a Saturday. Come on. And not only that, you play 12:30 like kickoffs. Come on, man.
Be also something what we should take in consideration. And for me, as well, although it's so hard to change all your 11 players only because you play 2 days later, that is, yeah. In retrospect, I might have chosen Cruyff instead of Alisson, but
every
like said,
coach that's come to the Premier League says the same thing. Remember that, people.
A muscle injury, but I know one thing. So I just said about the Dutch media, and not all of them are the same, of course. But what is very good in Holland is that I'm 99.9% sure that all the teams that play Champions League in the upcoming week don't play on a Sunday.
Thank you very much. I haven't watched this. There you go, people. There you go.
They get extra rest to be the best possible way prepared for the Champions League game. And that is not something.
What did I say? What did I say? Don't ever mess with me about football, people. I said the same thing. They take care of their big teams in their countries. It's just this league has got this dumbass tradition, which is playing every 2 days, even after Champions League football, traveling all around Europe.
Something is common here in
I know
England.
my football
We just
people.
here you just say you have so many good players. You get your results in Europe no matter what. So we decide the fixture list, and we don't take Champions League into account.
Thank you very much, Mr. Slot. Before you said it, I did explain it.
Thanks, Arnott.
People, you know what I'm saying? I know my game. He said the same thing I said, and he cleared it up for you guys. There you go. There you go. I don't need to cry. This is the only country in Europe that doesn't take care of their big teams, and it's continuing to happen. And it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, let me just get away from that. Let's go with the starting lineup, and then we move away from everything like that. Yeah, but get the comments through, innit? Get the comments through. Fozzie knows his football. Remember that, people. Fozzie knows his football. You might not like me for being honest, but I know my football. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's bring this up. So we're going to do the starting lineup for the game. I know some players are not fit enough to play, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's do the lineup, innit? Let's do the lineup, people. Let's do the lineup. I'm in shock, Arne Slot said the same thing I said. This is the only country that doesn't take care of their players, while every other country does. There you go, people. I'm honest, man, and I love it. Please do me a favor. If you're watching this, hit the like, hit the subscription, hit the notification. Watch me a lot. I'm going to be here on a consistent basis. So come on, let's do this together. So let's go with the Liverpool team. Let me get to the chat first, then we could get to the chat. Ravi is in the house now. The big guns are here. The red carpet is out for you guys. Say whatever you want, man. Say whatever you want. Where am I? 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 Fuck FSG. Standard Charles AXA. Yeah, please hit the likes, guys. Hit the subscription as well if you're new. Everything, man. Do everything for me. I appreciate that if you do that for me, guys. It helps the channel grow. It helps everything in it. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Yeah, 100% I agree with you, Steve. I don't want to talk about things like that, obviously, by reading it, but I'll put it up for you there. Keeping it real, Fozzie, as always, I like me. Yes, 100% solo, bro. You're an inspiration to me when I watch your stuff, bro. You might not think I watch it, but I do, bro. Sorry, I don't comment sometimes because I'm at work or semi-sleep or doing some graphics here for my shows. But keep doing what you're doing. Don't ever lose that hope, Solo. I promise you, one day you're gonna look down on all of us because you'll be at the top. So relax, be good, bro. Don't hate on anybody. Just do you. That's all. That's the best advice I can give you, bro. That's the best advice I can give. Keep the comments coming in. So we can't put Alisson in goal, can we? Because he's not going to play. Yeah. So we need to get Kelleher. Kelleher, don't worry about Zubamendi. He'll be at Liverpool very soon. So I left him there. Yeah. I want, obviously, Kelleher in goal. So Kelleher is going to be in goal. Obviously, Trent is going to be the right back, as always, as we always expect. Konate is not injured from what I've heard so far. So keep it real, innit? Keep it real. It's a home game. It's not going to be, as tough as going to Stamford Bridge. We're the home team at the end of the day. So I'm expecting us, to attack them more and give them more problems. So, yeah. Tsimikas instead of Robertson. I thought in the previous game, Tsimikas was brilliant. So keep up the good work, as I always say to him. I like Tsimikas. I've got no issues with him. McAllister. Gravenberch, of course. Do we put Jones in or do we put Szoboszlai in? I say put Jones. You know what I mean? Now he's the off the pitch is already sorted out for him. He can do on the pitch. Come on, man. Do some action on the pitch, bro. I believe in you. I believe in you, man. Where is he? Where is this fraud? What number is he? I don't know. I got him. There you go. So if you play Jones here, have the bench. Have the bench for this game, if you know what I mean. Have the bench for this game. So if you got Jones here, as we did as Crystal Palace away, just keep this more or less the same team. It'll be better. It'll be better in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'll play Gakpo there. I'll play Darwin. This game. Just refresh the squad, innit? Refresh the squad. And then when time of need, bring the the special players in, you know what I mean? As we say, special players, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this is the team. What I liked about this guy in the previous game, Jones, that is, he really dominated this area. He made the right passes. From time to time, he hugs the ball. He's a ball hugger, people. We can't do nothing about it. We can't. You can't force a mental patient to be normal. You can't. So he's got this disability, which is holding onto the ball, hug the ball. I'm your brother. I'm your man. Whatever. Like it just doesn't. He doesn't let it go. But he did the job good there against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is a tight pitch, hard to beat. Where they are. They're very difficult to play against, and he did a pretty good job. Darwin Núñez, we bought an £80 million player. We need him to start scoring goals, guys. We need him to start performing. We need him to do more. Let's just be realistic here. So he has to do more than what he's doing right now, which is scoring goals. I just hope they sorted out this offside business with Darwin Núñez. It's really frustrating. It gets to me, you know what I mean? A guy at his age should know where the offside line is, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. He's always struggling just to, sorry about that. Don't know what happened there. Apologies. He's always struggling with the basics of the game, you know what I mean, guys? And it's really frustrating in my opinion. If I was a coach, which I'm not a coach anymore, but I'll teach him like how to stop the dumbness, if you know what I mean, guys. He's always around here. The problem with Darwin Núñez is like when the ball comes, the issue that he has, he runs straight. I've looked. I've checked it out. I've studied it. He goes straight. What he needs to do is, as soon as Curtis Jones or Szoboszlai, whoever's got the ball, or McAllister or Gravenberch, they're going to start looking for him. He needs to put his hand up. Hey, I'm here. And then, make a curling run. So as soon as Gravenberch sees him run, the ball's already there. And all he has to do is make that run, get into the box, and bottom corner. Simple as that. That is a simple side of an attacker, especially a number 9, people. And this is what we need him to do. This is what I'll coach him. This is what I would do. But I don't think he gets enough coaching for him to do that, which is frustrating me more than anything because he's always running straight. He's just a straight guy. Good for him, but I need a goal. I need something. I don't need offside every time. Make those runs. Be around here. I mean, just do this or do that. Do that. You know, run across, brother. Stop doing the straight runs. You're always here. By the time you get the ball, you're offside. It's frustrating. It's the basics of a footballer, guys. It's the basics of a striker that should know what he's doing by now. And he struggles with that. Oh, man. It's too much. It's too much to take, guys. Honestly, it's too much to take with Darwin Núñez. 80 million we spent on that dummy. Crying out loud. 80 million, man. He's done me in. He's done me in, man. Damaged me. Damaged goods there I am. Yeah, so that's my starting lineup, people. I hope you like what you see. I'm not going to go further than that, of course. Let's read the comments before I go. Fozzie, why can't FSG keep our best players at the club? You're asking me like I know? Bro, they're not interested in winning. They tell you to your face. They tell it to your fan base, and your fan base don't believe it. We've got this fan base that believes that what FSG are doing is great. I mean, so I can't help you with that, bro. If an ownership is interested in winning, in the past few seasons when we needed that little push to get extra players through the door to help us in Jan, and they didn't do that, there you go, man. They never even helped us out. All we needed is a couple of players in Jan to push us over the line to win the league. Who was top of the league last season? What did we announce? That Klopp is leaving. In Jan, end of the transfer window, that Klopp is leaving. What did we do? We talked about Marco Edwards coming back. They corrupted the players' minds, man. We was way ahead of everybody. We was like winning every game. As soon as, we had this, we're going to do it for Klopp. We're going to win the league for Klopp. The focus went. Mess everywhere. You know what I mean? Caution signs everywhere. Everybody was slipping over. It was done. Messy, man. Absolute mess. Absolute mess, man. Keeping it real, Fozzie, like me, Zubimendi, Gravenberch, McAllister in the 10. We win the league. Yeah, listen, we'll be out. Listen, we'll be ahead of everybody. FSG signed, i.e. Hato, Zubimendi on 1st of Jan. We win the title, and Trent Alexander, Virgil van Dijk, Salah signed new deals on 2nd Jan over to you, FSG. Oh. Yeah, a dream can happen, innit? A dream can happen, man. So it says, I agree with you, but there is a lot theatre around certain channels among the Liverpool community. Listen, let them do whatever they want to do. I respect them, bro. I've got no issues with everybody. Listen, I don't want to get involved in politics, bro. I've realized that there's too much politics and they drag you in towards it. When I come into this in 2019, I said, I want to do what I want to do. I don't need to go on other people's channels and, cry about stuff and, things like that. I'm here for me, you know what I mean? And I respect everybody. That's what I want to be like. It doesn't matter if they're rivals or whatever it is. Just respect everybody. Do you? That's all I want to do now. I don't have an issue with anybody. I don't hate nobody. I just want to do my content, which is the Liverpool Football Club. And UFT, that's every other football club. Once I start doing that on a regular, that's me, man. I don't want to be involved in any issues on YouTube. That's it. I'm an old man. I'm 45 years old, heading towards 46 in Jan. I'm not part of this generation that's young and all that stuff. It's cool by me, man. But I watch football longer than everybody else. That's what I know. So that's me, bro. But you're spot on, though. Nice one, bro. Big up, Rafi, as always. Respect to you, bro. Thoughts on our midfield and versus Chelsea? I already gave it to you, bro. I'll start Jones because of the last game. Obviously, he came in. Sorry, guys. I've got a fan because the light is very, very, very hot. So I need to put the fan on the charger. And he's not letting me go in. Get in there, man. Bloody hell. There you go. Okay, it's better now. Fan is working. Great. Hopefully the volume hasn't gone down. Because you know when you touch this damn microphone, the volume goes. You know what I mean, people? You know what I'm saying? Expensive, but you know, dumb. That's the midfield I'm going with, mate. I want to go with the Crystal Palace game, similar to that. And then bring on the big guns in the second half if the game doesn't go according to plan. That's what I want to do, brother. Keep the comments coming in. Hannah says he is taking notes from Papa Klopp. Yes, you're right. Big up, Edward. I haven't seen you for a bit, bro. You're regular here. Where are you, mate? You know what I'm saying? Who can't like Fozzie? Big up, brother. Big up. Hello, Sideline. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Right. What's Ravi saying? Ravi, let's go here. If Trent feels Liverpool don't match his ambition, of course he will move. Trent has said he doesn't want to be a player that's only won trophies when he was young. Yeah, spot on, bro. This is what I said. We can't have a go at players if they're more ambitious, if they want more. You can't. You got to support them in that, man. Unfortunately, if our club doesn't share the same ambition, you can't really have a go at these players, man. Ravi, you mean if FSG can't match his ambition to win trophies, he leaves. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'm not gonna stand in players' ways anymore. You know, those days when I'm crying about players leaving and all that stuff, it's way past me. I don't really care about that anymore. They've lowered my expectations to this level, to the point our fan base have arguments with each other. I don't want to go back to the Roy Hodgson era. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you go back to the Roy Hodgson era, this is where YouTube started with Liverpool Football Club, the Roy Hodgson era. YouTube and Facebook. It started at Facebook. There was banter, obviously, pages and all that stuff. People used to comment and banter each other on that. That's where it started. Roy Hodgson didn't give us what we wanted, and we stuck by him no matter what. To the point our fan base were fighting in the stands. To the point Anfield was empty in every game that we played. To the point tickets were available in any way you wanted. You know what I mean? That's how easy it was getting tickets back in the day when Roy Hodgson was in charge. Nowadays, it's impossible to get tickets because Liverpool is doing great. But if you was part of the football club back then, it was awful. And I don't want to go back to that. Please, let's not go back to the Roy Hodgson era. That's the last thing we want to do, man. Allow that, man. Allow that. Anyone wearing any clothing with standard charter and AXA on it, you are supporting criminals and a genocide. I see every Liverpool fan is wearing that, bro. You know what I mean? That's all we can do. Starting lineup, obviously, Kelleher, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gomez. You want Gomez to be a left back? Okay, McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, Dom, Salah, Diaz. Okay. 4-2-1-3. Need Gomez to deal with. Okay. Maybe. Steve, yes, that's what will happen. I can't blame Trent. Yeah. Let's keep going. Let me check the comments. Apologies if I haven't read every comment. So many people obviously coming, showing no ambition. Yes, spot on, bro. We haven't got no ambition. If we don't sign anyone in Jan, the 1st of Jan, in my opinion, then just give it up. Give the damn thing up, man. FSG, lack of investment, not backing Klopp in Jan windows stopped Klopp winning trophies and titles. That's why Klopp left. Yeah, spot on. Thank you, Irmina, as always. I appreciate you. I'm praying Arnie has a plan to stop Maddock. I think it says Madaku, Palmer. Brendan says Liverpool is a banter club, never coming back. I think we're past that stage, bro. Maybe if you said that before Klopp arrived, then we believe you. But we've won a lot of trophies since, if you know what I mean, Mr. Brendan. So, those kind of banter stuff that you're saying is at Arsenal, who haven't won anything, and Chelsea and teams like that. Liverpool should not be a banter club because in recent years we've won trophies, brother. You know what I mean, brother? Hulk Hogan. All right, I'm done, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this with you. Thank you for the comments as always, and hopefully we'll beat Chelsea. I will be back with a panel after the Chelsea game. I don't know if it's on the same day or when I'm off. I don't know. We're gonna do something anyway. But please tune in and do me a favor, people. Before you go, hit the likes and hit the subscription and hit the notification, which will alert you every single time I come back on as well. And, we could discuss things like this. It was a great show today, wasn't it? Look, we're discussing it. We're talking. We're, back and forth. That's how it is. That's how it is, people. If you want a person that's honest, that's with you guys, and will give you honest opinions, that's me, man. But yeah, guys, I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.